Alright, here it is, guys. What everyone's been asking. Will, how did you get on house arrest? Now, recently I made a video of 7 things I learned on house arrest. And I can't leave you guys out of the dark of how I got on house arrest. So here it is, guys. Here's the video of me explaining how the hell Will got on house arrest. Now, back when I was about 19 years old, I'm 22 now and I'll be 23 in a couple months, but I think I was 19, I had just turned 20. A friend of mine had moved out and he needed a roommate. He said, Will, hold on one second. He said, hey Will, I need a roommate if you're interested in moving out. So I was like, ooh, hell yeah, I'm gonna move out. Because my dad and I we were going through some turmoil. So I said, hey, hell yeah, I'll move out with you. So without further ado, we move in. And that's when things just started going downhill and fast, because I'll explain to you, but yeah, it all happened in about a 4-month span. And basically what happened was my roommate, whatever the heck you want to call him, my friend back in the day, he's not my friend now, he was selling drugs. Now, this is where it gets interesting. And throughout the whole time I lived with him, he was selling drugs and stuff. And it was about 4 months. Yeah, about a couple months down the road, he was selling more drugs to more people and stuff. So he came across this one guy. And keep in mind, guys, I didn't sell drugs, and I never did that. He was paying my bills for me until I got a job, which I eventually did get a job. And I paid him back, and I moved out as soon as all this happened. But the drug deal had already happened before I moved out. Now I'll explain how the drug deal happened. My roommate, he said, hey, Will, I'm going to need you to make a couple handoffs for me. And before I could even really think about it, he kind of just, the first time, that is. The second time, I knew what I was doing, I knew what was wrong, and I did the handoff anyways. First time I was kind of persuaded into doing it. The second time, I knew what was going on and I did it anyways, and I was being stupid. But hey, we can learn from our mistakes. So, yeah, both the times I did that handoff, let's just say there was an undercover involved. And I got set up, and along with about 3 or 4 of my friends that I got set, we all got set up. We all got charged and stuff like that, and we all did our dues, paid our dues, and all that stuff. And I'm still paying my dues. I'm the only one that's still paying my dues from the everything that happened. And I never sold drugs. It's crazy how that happened. Anyway, I pretty much just got set up to make a couple handoffs to an undercover, and unfortunately, I got arrested for sales, trafficking, and possession of oxycodone and hydrocodone. Now, after I did that second drug deal, I knew what the hell was going on. I knew what I was doing was wrong, and I wasn't supposed to be doing it. So after that second drug deal, I was like, I gotta get my shit together. So I found a job, I found a job, I paid off all my bills, and I said, man, I'm getting the hell out of here, I'm moving out. Because at that point, with living with my roommate, he was starting to smoke crack, and he was starting to inject pills inside of his body and stuff. And he actually had someone move in with us, which was a heavy addict on what they call them down here is Roxy's, and synthetic heroin. And they were both hooked on it. It was like, honestly, it was like living in a nightmare. They were I remember at one point they were smoking crack in the living room, and I was just standing there like, the hell am I doing here? What the hell is going on? And hey Will, you want to hit some of this crack? And I'm like, man, what the hell? Hell no, I'm not hitting this freaking crack. So guys, don't take me for 7 things I learned on house arrest as I was a criminal, Basically, I was just in the wrong place at the wrong time, and I put my trust in someone I shouldn't have put my trust in. And I really feel like you guys can learn something from that, just be aware of who you're hanging out with, and don't trust everyone who says they're your friend, because not everyone has their best interest out for you. So, yeah, that's how I got on house arrest. They sentenced me to 2 years of house arrest, 4 years of probation, but you get an early term for all that stuff. I did 1 year house arrest, and I did 1 year probation so far, and I only have to do one. And yeah, so I'm still going through that, still paying my fines. But yeah, guys, that's the big story about how I got put on house arrest and probation. But like, comment, subscribe, and let's grow together. Peace.